Alright, I'll show you how to create a title block directly in the show. However, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. Basically, whatever you start with, you should finish with the same. First, you need to create the title block, and then you'll name it afterwards. Here's how I do it. Instead of drawing it to the exact scale of the paper size, which is the width and length, say 420 by 297, if you draw it to this scale and create the block, it'll end up being too small and could cause errors. So I'll scale it up by 100 times. I'll draw the paper frame like this, then I'll specify the two dimensions like this, setting them to 42,000 millimeters, for example. In this case, I'll also set it to 297 millimeters, then press enter, and now I've got a paper frame that's been scaled up by 100 times. It's a bit big, but that's all right. Next, I'll create the safety margin line. Pay attention here. I'll enter 500 millimeters, 500, and you can see that I haven't set the margin yet. 1000 millimeters. Then I'll hide the outer part to tidy things up a bit. Then remove the frame, still using the hide command, and you'll get a shape like this. Next, I'll draw the margin on the side. Let's do the bottom margin first. I'll just draw a horizontal guideline like this. This is how I work. Once that's done, I'll delete this line. Then I'll select the face, press the scale command, and enter about 5,000 millimeters when scaling. Press and millimeters. Right, it's just got bigger. This is 4,000 millimeters. Right, that's done. Then I'll divide it into sections. Just for reference, it's the same as before. My way is to just draw it roughly and adjust it later, then delete it. Let's try drawing some guidelines. Here as well, once that's done, I'll scale it here. Select scale and enter 4,000 millimeters. For example, this could be 6,000. I'm just doing it roughly, lads. This one's 4,000 already. This is just a draft. Here, you need to note the project name, the investor's name, and the assignment details. First of all, that's the project name, right? There are two fonts here, like this. Set it to 100, and don't set it to 161 or it'll get too narrow. Align it over here, hold it here, then next I'll copy this one, copy, and then I'll edit this to say consultant or from the design team. Then move it down to this one. I'm just pretending for now, but you'll need to add it in yourselves, alright? Once I've got one, I'll just make another one. Let's put ABC in, then make the text bigger, set it to 5, wait a moment, and then set it in place. Now music. Alright, so here we have this block, which currently doesn't have a name. There are other blocks as well, and you can add them in yourself later. Now, I'm going to save this block externally, but before that, I need to create a set of attributes for it. So I've already created a set called A3. The insertion point is very important. Make sure it's right here, alright? Once you've created it like this, you can use it straight away. However, if you use it immediately, there's a drawback. For example, let's say it's placed here, and when you switch to another scene, it still appears. In this scene, it still shows up, and in scene 3, it still appears as well. That's not right, is it? You want this block to only appear on the page you want it to show on. The correct way is to do it like this. First, you need to save this block as a library item. Use the 5D tool, go to the 5D library, So for this section, I'll create it within my 5D library folder. I'll make a new folder in my 5D library, let's call it SketchUp, and then add another folder for my models. Next, I'll create another folder called 2D graphics, and then another new folder named Play Symbol. I already have this one here. I'll select it, right click here, and choose Add Object to Folder, which means I'll save the information in here. It's saved here now. Now if I want to use it, I can delete it first. How do I use it? Instead of inserting it directly by dragging it in, I'll do it like this. Use this tool here. Actually, either method works. Yes, but this method's better, you see. You can also use this tool to select the house set, then create a custom annotation. At this point, it creates a blank slot for you. Open this blank slot. If you want, you can drag it here. Now, this blank slot has a special feature. It automatically attaches the label for you. Otherwise, when you switch to another scene, it won't have it. So when you carefully move this blank slot over here, you can clearly see that. Then you can add more labels, the ones you've drawn, into here. For example, I'll name it A3, A1. Let's go with A1. There we are. So it's for the person in the hot seat, right? Just like that, it goes straight to the center, beautifully centered here. It's placed right away. Hello, everyone. As you can see, it slots this into the button here. Right, just like that. That's how you create the information to build a library. This is the manual method, but soon I'll support you with a fully automatic way, so you won't have to bother with this anymore. But this is the basic principle behind it. Alright, bye bye.